Before starting class, I would give some instructions to you. You can follow the instructions. Okay. You can maintain a separate max note for 9th standard max. Allot a long size unrolled note, and everything what you are watching in this video, everything should be right in the particular note. Okay. And school reopening day, you have to submit the note for corrections. Today we are going to see about types of sets. Already we know that a set is a well defined collection of objects. Now we are going to see about the types of sets. Okay. We have a lot of types we have. So you have to check your material. Okay. I will explain the types of sets and give a short note. Okay, about types of set. You have to check your material. Okay. First one, empty set. First one, empty set. A set consisting of no element. A set consisting of no element. A set consisting of no element is called a empty set. Empty set have another name. It's called null set or void set. Okay. A set consisting of no element is called a empty set or null set or void set. Okay. The symbol is, how to denote the empty set. The symbol is pi. It's called pi or empty set. Okay. The empty set denoted by pi or empty set. Okay. Second one, singleton set. Second type is singleton set. A set consisting of only one element. A set consisting of only one element. A set consisting of only one element is called a singleton set. Okay. For example, set of all natural numbers between 2 and 4. So we have only one element, that is 3. So it is called singleton set. Okay. Then third one, finite set. Third type is finite set. A set which has finite number of elements. A set has finite number of elements. That means the number of elements should be countable. Finite number of elements. A set which is finite set means the number of elements is countable, that is called finite set. A set with finite number of elements is called a finite set. Okay. For example, the set of English alphabets. Okay, set of English alphabets. We know that the number of English alphabets is 26. So we can able to count the number of elements. So it is called a finite set. Okay. Then fourth type, infinite set. Fourth type, infinite set. Okay, a set which is not finite is called infinite set. That means the set has uncountable elements. Okay, infinite set means not a finite set. Not a finite set. So we can't able to count the number of elements in a particular set is called the infinite set. For example, the set of natural numbers. Natural numbers we can't able to count all the elements. Okay. So this is called infinite set. Okay. In this we have one additional subdivision that is called cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number of a set. A cardinal number is nothing but you should find a number of elements in a set, that is called cardinal number. For example, we have a set A is equal to 7, 9, 10, 12, 16. Okay. So how many elements are there? We have we have a 5 elements. So therefore cardinal number is denoted by n of a. N is the number of elements of a, that is called n of a. N of a is a cardinal number. N of a is equal to how many elements are there? 5 elements are there. So therefore the cardinal number of a set A is 5. Okay. Then fifth type, equivalent sets. Still now we are talking about only one set. Now we are going to talk about the two sets. Okay, that is first one, equivalent set. Equivalent set means two finite sets A and B are said to be equivalent if they contain same number of elements. Same number of elements. If the two sets having the number of elements should be equal, it's called equivalent sets. Okay. For example, A is equal to some elements. For example, bat and ball. Okay. Not only the numbers, we can take any type of set. Okay. Then B is equal to some student's name. For example, Ravi and Raj. Okay. So here n of a, that is cardinal number of a. N of a, number of elements in A is equal to 2 and n of B is equal to 2. Okay. So each set having number of elements is equal. N of A is equal to n of B. That is cardinal numbers are equal. Number of elements are equal. The two sets are called equivalent sets. Number of elements should be equal. Same number of elements. Okay. Then question number set type of set 6, equal sets. Next we are going to see about the equal sets. First fifth one is equivalent set. Sixth one is equal set. Okay, equal sets means the two sets are said to be equal if they contain exactly same elements. Here same number of elements, here same elements. Okay, you should know the difference between the two. Equivalent set means the number of elements should be equal. For equal sets, all the elements should be equal. Okay. Exactly same elements. Just I am giving here short notes here. Okay. If you want to know the definitions fully, you can check your notes. Okay. So for example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then B is equal to 4, 1, 3, 2. Check all the elements. Every elements are of A set and B set should be equal. So the two sets are equal sets. You should know the difference between the equivalent set and equal set. Equivalent set means number of elements should be equal. Elements may be different. Okay. For equal sets, the elements should be equal for the both sets. Okay. Then next one, seventh one, universal set. Universal set. A universal set which contains all the elements of all the sets under consideration. A universal set is a set which contains all the elements of all the sets under consideration. For example, universal set it's denoted by capital U. For example, we are taking 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Okay. Under consideration means we have another some sets. Okay. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 5, 7. Okay. And B is equal to 2, 6, 10, and C is equal to something 8, 4 and 3. Okay. So we have a subset. The universal set is the universal set is contains all the subsets. Okay, that means the universal set is a set which contains all the elements of the all the sets under consideration. Okay, it's denoted by capital U. Then next one, subset. Next one, subset. You let A and B are two sets if every element of A is also an element of B. Let A and B are two sets if every element of A is also an element of B, then A is called a subset of B. For example, A is equal to 2, 3, 5. Okay, and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, see, check the A set. A set is a subset of B. That means A is, you can denote it by the symbol, it's a subset. Okay. A is subset of B. That means all the elements of A occurring in the set of B. Okay. So, A is a subset of B. We have our elements A is equal to 2, 3, 5 and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the elements of A, it's already exist in the set of B. So, B is a superset and A is a subset. Okay. So, it's denoted by A is a subset of B. Okay. Then, under this type, we have a if A is a subset of B, if A some element, we are taking some elements in capital A. If the set A is a subset of B means we are taking any element of A, it should be in the set B also. Okay, are you clear? If any element of, if A is a subset of B, we are taking any element of A, it is also an element of B. Okay. Then another condition, if A is a subset of B, then n of A is less than or equal to, see, consider the example, A is equal to 2, 3, 5 and B is equal to 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So n of A, that means number of elements of A is less than or equal to n of B. Okay. This is called subset conditions. Okay. Then next one, proper subset. Proper subset. What is the difference between the subset and proper subset? Every set is a subset of that original set. Okay. For example, A is taking, A is equal to 1. Sorry. A is equal to set 1 and B is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that set A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B. It's not equal to B set. Okay. So as well as A set is a proper subset of B, because A அப்படினா the set A not equal to B set. Okay. Proper subset means the set A not equal to B, then only it's a proper subset. The definition is, let A and B are two sets. If A is a subset of B and A not equal to B, then A is called a proper subset. If we want to define a proper subset, we can take two sets. The A set is a subset of B, as well as it should be A not equal to B, then only as well as A not equal to B, then only, therefore A is a proper subset of B. It is denoted by symbol. A is a proper subset. Proper subset means the line should not be there. Okay. A is a proper subset of B. Okay. Then 10th one, disjoint sets. Disjoint sets. Disjoint set means the two sets they do not have a common elements. That means the intersection part. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There is no common elements. There is no common elements. The two sets having there is no common elements means the two sets are called disjoint sets. Okay. That is A intersection B This is intersection. Intersection means the common elements of, this is the symbol intersection, okay. Intersection means the common element, the A set and B set have a no common elements, okay, that is empty set. This is called disjoint set. If there is no common elements between the two sets, means the two sets are called disjoint sets, okay. Then next one, power set. Next one, power set. Power set means the set of all subsets. Set of all subset is called power set. The set of all subsets. Set of all subsets is called power sets. Set of all subsets. For example, A is equal to a set 1, 2. Okay, I am taking the two elements. I want to write the subsets. Subsets means what? Empty set is a subset of each set. So you can start it from empty set. Okay, subsets means you can start it from empty set. Then next one element. Okay, then another one, they have two elements. Okay, these are the subsets of A. Okay, we want to write the power set means set of all subsets. That means you have to write the subsets in the set bracket. Okay, so that is empty set and 1, 2 and 1 comma 2. Okay, so every subsets you have to write in the whole set bracket, that is called power set. Power set, it's denoted by P of A. Okay, power set is denoted by P of A. Okay, so we should find the number of subsets in a power set, that is n of P of A. This is we can use in the problem also. Okay, n of P of A. Here we have only two elements, we can easily find out the number of subsets. Okay, so if we have more elements, we are not able to find the number of subsets. So we can use the formula for n of P of A, that is number of subsets is equal to 2 power m. 2 power m. Here m is the number of elements in the set. Here for example m is equal to 2, that is number of elements. Okay, the number of elements 2. So we can use 2 power m. For example, if A is equal to 1, 2, 3 means we can use what? 2 power 3, that is 8 subset are there. Okay, then sorry, if A is equal to 1, 2, 3, we can write n of P of A. N of P of A is equal to 2 power 3 is equal to A. Okay, that is number of proper subsets. Number of proper subsets is equal to number of proper subset. This is subsets. Subsets means you have to use 2 power m. Okay, number of proper subsets means the empty set should not be occur. Okay, so that is sorry, the whole set should not be occur. So 2 power m minus 1. Number of subsets means all the subsets should be occur, but number of proper subsets means the whole set should not be occur. The whole set should not be occur. So 2 power m minus 1, that means 8 minus 1 is equal to 7. Okay. So that's all. We saw the types of sets. Now we are going to see the exercise. Exercise 1.2. Exercise 1.2, question number 1. Find the cardinal number. Find the cardinal number. What do you mean by cardinal number? If a set is given, you have to find the number of elements. That is called cardinal number of the set. Okay. First one, what is given? M is equal to P, Q, R, S, T, U. Okay. So how many elements are there? 6 elements are there. So cardinal number is denoted by small m of something. What name is given? Okay, n of m. So that is equal to 6. Okay. Then second one, P is equal to x such that x is equal to 3n plus 2 and n belongs to W and x value is less than 15. X value is less than 15. Don't confuse. Not n value, that is x value is less than 15. Okay. So n belongs to W, that means W started from 0. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3 and etc. It will be uncountable. Okay. It is go to infinity. Then n is sorry. Okay, n belongs to W. Okay, so you can choose any number from the W set. Okay, so x is 3n plus 2. 3n plus 2. If n is equal to 0, because n belongs to W, so you can take n from 0. Okay, so n belongs to W, that is x is equal to 3 into 0 plus 2. What do you get? 2. Okay, suppose n is equal to 1, x is equal to 3 into 1 plus 2, that means 5. Okay, then n is equal to 2, x is equal to 3 into 2 plus 2, that is 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 2, 8. Okay, then if n is equal to 3, x is equal to 3 plus 2 is equal to 3 3s are 9, 9 plus 2, 11. Okay, under the condition x less than 15, x less than 15, suppose if you are taking n is equal to 4, what you get? X is equal to 3 4s are 12 and then 14. If you are taking n is equal to 5, what do you get? X is equal to 3 into 5 plus 2, that is 3 5s are 15, 15 plus 2 7. So you should not take this value. Okay, because n is condition is what? X less than 15. Okay, so here we have 17. So what do you get the P set? P is equal to 2, 5, 8, 11 and 14. Okay, so we have a 5 elements, so n of P is equal to 5. Okay, this is the cardinal number of the second set, P set. Okay, then third one, Q is equal to y such that y is equal to 4 by 3n, n belongs to capital N and 2 less than n less than or equal to 5. Okay, so you have to apply the n values is 2 less than n less than or equal to 5. That means 2 is not included, but 5 is included. That means 3, 4, 5 are the n values. So Q is equal to, what you get? You can apply here n values. What do you get? Q is equal to 4 by 3 into 3, then 4 by 3 into 4, then 4 by 3 into 5. Okay, here 4 4 cancel, so you will get 4 by 9 and 1 by 3, then 4 by 15. So we have a 3 elements. So we have a 3 elements. So n of q is equal to 3. So the cardinal number is 3. Then the fourth question, r is equal to x. X is an integer. X belongs to z and minus 5 less than or equal to x less than 5. So we have to define the OR set. X is an integer, integers, and minus 5 less than or equal to x less than 5. So minus 5 is included. So that is minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is not included. So up to 4 you have to write. Okay. So how many elements are there? N of r is equal to 10. Okay. These are the cardinal numbers. Then next question number 5. Question number 5. The set of all leap years between 1882. Leap year between 1882 and 1906. Okay. So just listen this sum. Every leap year, every year that is exactly divisible by 4 is a leap year. You know that every year that is exactly divisible by 4 is a leap year except the centuries. Centuries means here we can across the year 1900. Okay, if you are taking the century, you have to check the number is divisible by 4 or not. Okay, 4 means how many times? It will be 4 4s are 16, 3, 00, sorry. Okay, 7 4s are 28, balance 2, then 20, 5 4s are 20. Okay, this is only for centuries. Okay, then condition only for centuries. You have to check for 100 also. You have to check it is divisible by 100 or not. We have a in last 2 digits are 2 zeros, therefore it is compulsory, it will divisible by 100. So next you have to check it's divisible by 400 or not. Okay, so 1900. Okay, so how many times it will be divisible? So 4 4s are 16. So remaining 300. 300 it's not divisible by 400. So a century year it is divisible by 400, then only it will be a leap year. For example, 1600 or I mean say 16th century or 20th century, like this also leap year. So this 19th century is not a leap year. Okay, So remaining years we have to find. Okay. We have a started year is 1882. So you can divide to 1906. Okay. So you have to divide 1882. It's divisible by 4 means how many times? 4 times it will be 16. Remaining 2, 28. Then 7 times 28. That means remaining 2. So you have a take 0. Okay. So we have a remainder 2. So that means you have to add for 1882. Okay. So the years are, so what are the years we have? 1882 plus 2 means you will get 1884. Okay. Then 1888. Then 1892. Then 1896. The 19th century is not a leap year. Okay, so you should leave that year. Then next one 1904. Okay. So totally how many elements are there? This is the S set. Okay. Okay. So we have a 5 elements. So n of s is equal to 5. So this is the sum is a different sum. So you have to keep it in mind. Okay. So next one. Next question number 2. Okay. Question number 2, we have to identify the following sets is finite or infinite. Finite means what? We have to able to count or not. Okay. So if your set is countable, it is a finite set. If we are not able to countable, that is called infinite set. Okay. First one, the set of all districts in Tamil Nadu. So we know that the number of districts in Tamil Nadu. So first one, it's a countable set, so it is called finite set. Okay. Then second question, the set of all straight lines passing through a point. We know that a particular only one point, if you are taking only one point, we can draw many lines. Okay. So it is not able to count a number of lines, so it is a infinite set. Okay. So in a particular point, the number of lines passes more. Okay. So it is a infinite set. Then third one, a is equal to x such that x belongs to z, x belongs to z and x less than 5, x less than 5. Okay. So z denotes integers. Integers means the negative numbers also included. Okay. So the a set having -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, 5 is not included because x less than 5. So integers means negative numbers also included. So it is a number of elements is not countable. Okay, so it is uncountable set. So this set is infinite set. Then fourth one, b is equal to x such that x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 and x belongs to n, that is natural numbers. We know that this is the quadratic equation. Quadratic numbers, quadratic equation, we have to solve this equation. X square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So what are the roots we have? We can divide into two parts, 6 and minus 5. What are the possibilities? If you are taking -2 and -3, if you are multiplying, you will get plus 6, and if you are adding you will get minus 5. Okay, so we can express this one is x minus 2 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, we will get x value is x is equal to 2 and 3. These are the natural numbers. So, the B set is 2 and 3. Only the two elements are there. That means it is a finite set. B set has only two elements. It is countable. So, it is a finite set. Okay. Then question number 3. Question number 3, which of the following sets are equivalent or unequal or equal sets? Okay, so you have to define which are the sets are equivalent or unequal or equal sets. Okay, that first one, A set is equal to, that A is equal to the set of all vowels in the English alphabets. Set of all vowels in the English alphabets. We know that the English alphabets, the vowels are what? A, E, I, O, U. Okay, these are the English alphabets. Vowels are vowels in the English alphabets. Okay, then second one, B is equal to the set of all letters in the word vowel. Set of all letters. So in a vowel word, set of all letters in the word of vowel. So V, O, W, E, L. Okay, so we have to check equivalent or unequal or equal. Okay, so just you can see the two sets. What are the elements are there? Any common elements? Here n of A is equal to, the number of elements should be equal. That means n of A is equal to 5 and n of B also 5. Okay, so if the number of elements are equal, the two sets are called equivalent sets. If the number of elements are equal, the two sets are called equivalent sets. Okay. Then next, second sum, C is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then D is equal to, some condition is given, that is x such that x belongs to W, that means whole numbers, under the condition 1 less than x less than 5. Okay, so 1 less than x less than 5, that means 1 is also not included and 5 is also not included. In between numbers only you should take. Okay, so D is equal to, what are the numbers are possible here? 2, 3, 4. Okay, here there is no equivalent symbol. Okay, only less than, that means 1 and 5 is not included. So D is equal to 2, 3, 4. So C set and D set you can consider. Here the number of elements also not equal and the number of elements also not equal, because here 5 is missing. If 5 is also occur means it will be a equal set, but here 5 is not, 5 is missing and the number of elements also not equal. So this is called unequal sets. Suppose here 5 is included, C and D are equal sets. Okay. Then third one, x, capital X is equal to x such that x is a letter in the word life. Okay, so x is equal to, we should express the elements in the word of life. Life means L I of E. Okay. Then y is equal to the elements F I L E. Okay. So check the two sets. Here L I F E and here F I L E. All the elements are equal. The arrangements it's not a matter. Okay. So all the elements are equal. So here X set is equal to Y. Okay. So therefore the two sets are equal sets. You should know the difference between the equivalent set and the equal set. Equivalent set means number of elements equal. Equal set means all the elements are equal. Okay. Then fourth one, x is a prime number, g is equal to, x is a prime number between 3 less than x less than 23. X such that x is a prime number and 3 less than x less than 23. We know that prime number is divisible by 1 and a particular number. Okay. So we should find out the prime numbers between 3 and 23. Okay. So what are the elements? We have 5, 7, 11, 13 and 17 and then 19. Okay. These are the prime numbers between 3 and 23. Okay. Then h is equal to, x is a, x such that x is a divisor of 18. Okay. So divisor of 18. What are the numbers are divisible by 18? H is equal to 1 is divisible by 18 and 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. Okay. So these are the divisors. Okay. So the elements are not equal. The number of elements we should check. Here n of g is equal to 6 elements are there and it is equal to n of h also. Okay. The h set and g set both also have a 6 elements. So if the number of elements are equal, it's called what? It's a equivalent set. Okay. Then next one, question number 4. Identify the following sets as null set or singleton set. We know that null set means it is a empty set and singleton set means it has only one element. Okay. So first one, A is equal to x such that x belongs to n. N means natural numbers and 1 less than x less than 2. Okay. In natural numbers, there is no element between 1 and 2. Here 1 and 2 not included. So we should check the natural numbers between 1 and 2. So there is no element. So A is equal to empty set. So it is called null set. Then second one, the set of all even natural numbers which are not divisible by 2. Clearly you can listen the condition. The set of all even natural numbers. We know that even numbers is compulsory, it will divisible by 2. But the condition is, the given question is the set of all even natural numbers which are not divisible by 2. So it is not possible because the even numbers it's compulsory divisible by 2. So it is a null set. Okay. Then third one, C is equal to 0. This is a singleton set because it has a only one element, that is 0. So the C set is a singleton set. If a set has only one element is called singleton set. Okay. Then fourth one, the set of all triangles having 4 sides, it is not possible because triangle have only 3 sides, but the question is the set of all triangles having 4 sides, it is not possible, so it is called null set. Okay. Next, question number 5. State which pair of sets are disjoint or overlapping. Disjoint means the two sets having no common elements. If a set is not disjoint, is called overlapping. Overlapping means the two sets which are not disjoint. That means any some common element should be there. Okay, the two sets which are not disjoint is called overlapping sets. Okay. That means the sets A intersection B is not equal to empty. Okay, intersection part is not empty. That means some other common element should be there. Okay, so we should check the given sets are disjoint or overlapping. First one, question number 5. First one, A is equal to F I A S. Okay, and B is equal to E N F H S. Check the two sets. This is disjoint or here A and S and F also. Okay, so A, F and S. 3 common elements are there. So intersection part is not equal to empty. Intersection part A intersection B, it's not equal to empty. Okay, so therefore A and B are overlapping sets. Then next one, second one, C is equal to X such that X is a prime number X greater than 2. Prime number and greater than 2. So prime numbers we know that it started from 2, but here X greater than 2. Okay, so its 2 is not included. 3, 5, 7, 11 and etc. It will be continuously, it's a uncountable set, and X is a even prime number. Second one, D is equal to X is a even prime number. We know that only 2 is a even prime number. Okay, so see the two sets, there is no common element. So C intersection D is equal to empty set. If there is no common element, mean it's called disjoint set. Okay. Then third one, X is a factor of 24. X is a factor of 24 and X is a F is equal to X is a multiple of 3, X less than 30. Okay. x is a factor of 24. So E is equal to, the factor of 24s are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. These are the numbers are divisible by 24. Okay, so that is called factors. Okay, then f is equal to x is a multiple of 3 and less than 30. X is a multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 means 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 and 27, because condition is x less than 30. So 30 is not included. So these are the numbers are there. Okay. So we have a more common elements. So this is A E intersection F. It's not equal to empty. We have a more common elements 3, 6 and 12 and 24. Okay. So many common elements are there. So intersection part is not equal to empty. So it is called overlapping sets. So E and F are overlapping sets. Okay. Then next question number 6. If S is equal to set bracket square, rectangle, circle, rhombus and triangle, list the elements of the following subset of S. So you have to list the following subsets. Okay. So first one, the set of shapes which have 4 equal sides. 4 equal sides means what are the shapes are possible? Equal sides means the square and the rhombus. Okay. So first one, subset of S, 4 equal sides means a square and rhombus is possible. So square and rhombus. Okay. Then second one, the set of shapes which have a radius. Radius means we have, for circle only we have a radius. Okay. So subset of S is equal to circle. You should not use this symbol, you have to write subset of S. Okay. Then third one, the set of shapes in which of the sum of all interior angle is 180 degree. For what type of figure we have a sum of interior angle is 180 degree? In triangle, sum of all interior angle is 180 degree. Okay. So for third one is triangle. And fourth one, the set of shapes which have 5 sides. For 5 sides means it is a, there is no shapes are there. Square, rectangle, pentagon only 5 sides, but here there is no pentagon. Square, rectangle, circle, rhombus and triangle. So there is no shapes. So that fourth one, subset of S is equal to empty set. Okay. Then next one, question number 7. If A is equal to, A comma inside bracket A comma B. Okay. What we want to find? Write all the subsets of A. Subsets of A, already we know that. First we can started from empty set. Okay. Subsets of capital A is equal to first empty set, then another element A. Okay. here the set A comma B, you should not separate this B alone, okay. So this is the one element, A comma B is the set, A comma B is the only one element, you should not separate this, okay. So that is A comma B, and next one A comma and set bracket A comma B, okay. These are the subsets. Suppose they are asking the power set, means for these elements you have to use the overall set bracket, okay. That is power set of A, suppose they are asking, means you have to write for everything, you can write in the set bracket, okay. This is power set, okay. For subset you should not use the whole bracket, for power set you can use the whole bracket, okay. Then next question number 8. Write down the power set of the following sets. Power set of the following sets. So already the same method we can use this for sum, for this sum, okay. So A is equal to A comma B, okay. So P of A is equal to, you can use the overall bracket, okay. Then empty set, then A, everything should be in the set bracket, okay. Then B, then A comma B. You should not forget to put the whole bracket. Then this is first one, then second one, B is equal to 1, 2, 3, okay. Power set, it's denoted by P of B, okay, whole bracket, then empty set, then one element, then two elements, 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 3, okay. Then next one, the whole set, then whole bracket, okay. Then third one, D is equal to P comma Q comma R comma S, okay. So we have a 4 elements, so we have a more subsets, okay. Carefully you can write P of D is equal to whole bracket, empty set, then single elements, then double elements, P comma Q, P comma R, P comma S, Q comma R, Q comma S, R comma S, then 3 elements, P Q R, P R S, then P Q S, then 4 elements, P Q R S, okay. So if you have more elements, we have a doubt, it will be right, we are right all the elements or not, okay. Just you should check how many elements are there, totally 4 elements, that means number of subsets means 2 power m, that is 2 power 4, that is equal to 2 power 4, 16. Just you can check 16 elements are there or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, okay. So every subsets we wrote. Okay, so it is correct. Okay, then next we can go to the another sum. Fourth one, E is equal to pi, is equal to pi. So P of E is equal to pi means what pa? This is the empty set. Okay, so in power set you have to write like this. Okay, next one, question number 9. Find the number of subsets and the number of proper subsets of the following. Find the number of subsets. Number of subsets means we can use the formula number of subsets. Subsets means we can use the formula 2 power m. Okay. Then number of proper subsets is equal to 2 power m minus 1. Don't use the minus 1, the power. Okay. Here 2 power m minus 1. This is wrong. Okay. This is correct way. 2 power m minus 1. Okay. So first one, the question is W is equal to red, blue, yellow. W is equal to red, blue, yellow. So totally 3 elements are there. So that means here m is equal to 3. Okay. So therefore number of subsets is equal to 2 power 3, that is 8. Okay. Then number of proper subsets is equal to formula 2 power m minus 1, that is 2 power 3 minus 1, that is 8 minus 1, that is equal to 7. Okay. Then question number 2. Capital X is equal to x square such that x belongs to n and x square less than or equal to 100. Okay, x square, that means square numbers we have to use. For natural numbers x belongs to n. Okay, so what are the possibilities? For 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9 and 4 square 16, 5 square 25 and 6 square 36, 7 square 49 and 8 square 64 and 9 square 81 and 10 square 100. Okay, so totally 5 elements are there. So number of subsets is equal to 2 power m. Okay, here m is equal to 10. Number of elements 10. So that is equal to 2 power 10 is equal to 2 into 2. 10 times you have to multiply, you will get 1024. Okay. Then number of proper subsets that is formula 2 power m minus 1, that is equal to 1024 minus 1, you will get 1023. Okay. Then question number 10. Last question. If n of a is equal to 4, then find n of p of a. n of p of a is equal to, okay, so n of a is equal to 4, that is n of a means is equal to m. M is equal to 4. That means we should find n of p of a. N of p of a is nothing but 2 power m. That is number of subset. It's denoted by n of p of a. That is 2 power m. That means 2 power 4. That means what do you get? 16. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. Okay. Then second question. If n of a is equal to 0, n of a is equal to 0, then find n of p of a. So n of p of a means what? N of p of a is nothing but 2 power m. Okay, that is m is equal to 0. That is 2 power m. That means 2 power 0. Anything power 0, any number power 0 is equal to, you will get 1. So 2 power 0 is equal to 1. Then last question. N of p of a is equal to 256. Okay. So n of p of a formula is 2 power m. 2 power m is equal to 256. From this we are going to find the m value. So 256 you have to divide by 2. Okay. You should divide the prime factors. Okay. So 2 means what you get? 1. Then 2 to the 4, balance 1, 16, 8. Okay. Then 2, 64. Then again 2, 32. Again 2, 16. Again 2, 8. Up to 1 you have to divide. How many 2's are there? Totally 8 2's are there. Okay. So here 2 power 8 is equal to, sorry, 2 power m is equal to 2 power 8. 2 power 8 is equal to 256. Okay. So here base are common. So you should compare the powers. So the m value is equal to 8. Okay. So your exercise 1.2 is over. So I'll again